Hello everyone, and welcome back. So, you guys are headed into town to go to the shops.
Yep.
Are you going to split up?
I would say so, it's probably faster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a bodyguard to go buy clothes.
I feel like we should, like...
Well, we should
at
probably...
least
Yeah, we should probably ship go alone. Ever, but...
Well, hang on, because the clothes shop is on the way to the magic shop.
It is.
Well, then me and Arya can group up.
Yeah, you and I can go down that way.
Shopping!
Stop at the clothes shop, then magic.
Shopping!
Oh,
And then
God.
what? And then what? Grim wants...
I want to stop by the blacksmith and the general store.
Mhm.
Okay, so then me and Close go with Grim.
Sure.
There
Okay.
we go. Sorted.
Coolios. So, we will handle... I guess we'll handle the clothes shopping first, because it doesn't actually require that much attention, because you've already chosen your outfit. Which I could actually... Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups. Which I could probably save and put into a document, so you guys can see.
It's really
I have it
exciting.
as V in brackets disguise.
So cool, yeah. You head to this shop. It's a fairly decently sized establishment. And like the moment you walk in through the door, you can see just sort of like racks and racks of clothes. And basically anything you can imagine in terms of sort of traditional clothing, you guys can get here. Basically, at one end of the shop is a human man who is sort of... He seems to be hand sewing a pair of gloves, and he just sort of... He looks up as you enter, waves briefly, and then goes back to hand sewing. And you go around and basically pick up a whole bunch of clothes to try on.
I mean, I don't really need to try them on.
Well, I'm describing what happens.
Yeah.
You try on a whole bunch of clothes until you eventually settle on this outfit. Boom.
There it
The
is.
hat. Beautiful.
Hat is
Minus sword, but everything
I
else
was gonna
is...
say, we could always pick up a sword.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to pick a sword. I don't want to carry a sword in there.
Good plan.
Love the hat.
Yeah, the hat is necessary. He's gonna be that very clear to Arya.
And I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay. Like, sure.
Aya just sort of smiles and nods as you try on these
Is
clothes.
that a feathered hat?
It does have a
Feathered
feather
hat,
in
is
it,
that
yes.
trees behind him? Oh.
Just a
Holy
feather, yeah.
shit. Also, how can she try them on if she's not disguised?
Yeah, we don't actually try them on, and I don't have to try them on. I can just disguise into them. If I need to be a little bit taller, I'll just
You try
alter
them-
myself to be taller.
You try them on to make sure they have adequate room for when you
What?
grow.
No, that doesn't make any sense at all. How do you measure that?
Because if they're nice and tight fitting, they're going to be too small for a
I mean, I
shapeshift
assume
bigger
they're
form.
arranged
If
by,
they're
like,
big and
size.
baggy, if they're massively
She
baggy,
tries them on to see what they look like very briefly.
That's dumb.
you're dumb.
No, it makes more sense for her to just look at the racks, like look at how they look on the racks, and be like, all right, that's the one I want.
Whatever.
You're dumb.
I'm not dumb. This is like
Nice.
logical.
You have the outfit.
Yay. How much does it cost?
That would
Gotta
be
make a
cast
price.
as common clothes. That's not the right thing.
I don't know about that hat, man. It's not common.
They are not fine clothes. It is the quality of the production rather than the
5 silver.
5 silver. Thank you.
Oh, good. I don't have any silver anymore.
That is some cheap clothes.
Yeah, they're merely common clothes.
Common
They're
clothes.
not fancy make.
Male.
Male.
Cool.
Beach volleyball. Mail.
Big
Thank,
mail.
thank you, Turtle Biscuit. Yeah, so you pick out your clothes. You hand your money to the man who's at the thing. He sort of says, "Thank you very much," and you go on your way.
Don't question that two ladies bought male clothes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh well.
How many wives buy clothes for their husbands?
Don't know.
Or
A
sisters for
lot.
brothers.
Mothers for sons.
You look like a mother.
Yeah, don't
Well-
make any comments, Rob.
I mean, Arya is 100 years old.
Yeah, but I look like I'm 27.
I mean,
That's still time.
Wow.
Even at your apparent human age, you are old enough to be a mother.
That's true.
Casually whistles as middle ages people started being mothers at like 16.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But yes, nobody finds it weird. You buy the clothes, you leave, and you head back to Daemaris, presumably.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically as you enter, the same chime goes through. Daemaris comes out, says, "Oh, excellent. Yes, I've got the things that you need."
Yay.
She presents you, so you owe her 15 gold.
Okay. I shall pay her 15 gold.
Cool. She says, "Well, thank you for your custom. Is there anything else?"
Don't think so.
No.
Cool.
I
Then
almost gave myself 9,479 gold.
holy shit.
that would be a mistake. Yes. Cool. So yeah, basically with that,
definitely
it doesn't take you very long to sort of do your shopping. It maybe takes you like half an hour. So you set out to find the others. As for the others, you head first of all to the blacksmith.
I'll just restock up to my 20 darts.
Yeah, he does have war darts. The man who is manning the forge, much to your surprise, Vondal, is a dwarf.
Hey.
He greets you in Chazalid. That's dwarvish.
Yeah. I will also greet him.
Assume
else?
he, I assume he doesn't have anything special. Just average blacksmith.
He basically has any simple weapon and a handful of martial weapons.
Okay.
Fair enough.
No, I think that's it. I'll just buy, what is it, 8 darts, so that's 4 silver.
That sounds about right. Yep. Unlike the darts that you have, these are slightly less elegant in their craftsmanship. They're very dwarven. They're very sort of like they're a little bit Spartan and for purpose, rather than yours, which had like little elaborate handles.
I don't mind. I like Spartan stuff.
You don't need anything fancy.
Yeah.
You just
If
want
it works,
something
it
that
works.
Although I will throw them first.
Yeah, test. Test darts.
Test the darts.
They're
You'll have to ask him if there is.
they're
somewhere you
weighted
can-
a little heavier towards the hilt than you're used to, but you don't think it'll hamper your ability to throw them.
Practice. Grim.
Well, I guess do you guys need anything?
No.
No.
I guess we'll just
Cool.
move on.
Then you move on to the general goods store.
Yeah.
Let's take you guys to the shop scene. Yeah, as you approach the general store, you see basically the sign outside says Tall Stag and Winter Quality Goods. And it has like a founding date, and then it's you notice that the founding date is basically like 4 years ago. And it says underneath the founding date, it says proprietors Kerry Tallstag and Chathy Winter. You enter into basically a fairly regular general store. where there is a woman behind the desk, and she sort of waves you in and says, "Oh, hello. Please come right in. It's
Oh,
not the nicest weather outside."
no, it isn't the best weather we've had recently, but I was wondering if you would have a healer's kit on hand
She
or in stock.
sort of comes from around the around behind the counter and sort of says, "Yes, I believe we have something of the sort." And she sort of leads you further back into like the back bit of the shop, where she points out sort of, "Yes, here's the sort of things that you would need for a healer's kit."
I think. Well, actually, and would you also have oil?
Oil?
Yeah, just like.
Oh, you mean
oil
like yeah,
flask.
like lamp oil? Yeah,
Lamp
definitely.
oil, yeah. Because I realized, like, back when we were fighting the troll, that it might have been useful to just have, like, 1 or 2 flasks.
Yeah, she's got a more than a handful of flasks of oil that you can lay hands on.
Okay. Well, I would like.
Wait,
Well,
Grim can't do that. He's not a paladin.
Wow. That was a
Wow.
terrible joke.
amazing. Well, I'll take 2 flasks of oil and I'll assemble a healer's kit.
Cool. Yeah. She sort of says, "I don't suppose I can interest you in anything else."
Well, I need food. Some
I was gonna
rations.
say.
Yeah, poor Vondal.
What was it, like 4 or 5 days travel to the next town, was it? I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I'll
can
buy, like-
you can get your hands on 5 days
Yeah.
worth of
I'll just do a-
rations.
I was gonna say I'll do like 6, just in case.
Cool. Yeah. Pay for that.
What should that
Just in
be?
case you meet any other hungry travelers who need.
Yeah. How much is that? Can't remember.
Same as it always is, I believe. 2 days per gold.
Okay.
I'll actually step forward and say, Vondal, let me pay for that. You helped me out last night, so.
Thank you.
I like how we redistribute the
Yeah.
the gold, and then it's like, don't worry, I'll pay. It's like,
It's fine.
it's fine. It's the gesture, blah.
Yeah.
The jester.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
Yeah.
a jester appears out of nowhere.
Just the gesture appears.
A wild jester appears.
Ah.
A wild jester does not appear.
Aw.
No creepy music.
I was-
No happiness. Only sadness.
Always sad.
Yeah, she
Only a brood party.
give me a perception check as she sort of takes your money.
Who?
Anybody,
Whoops.
Okay.
anyone
I
who's
guess-
there.
Yes, I take my money.
Cool.
I pay
Well,
attention.
Holy shit, Grim.
So-
Now you're
That's money, that's why.
So-
How encouraged was that? He pays attention when there's money involved.
Grim takes the money off all of you, counts it up, and makes sure it's right because we don't want to like overcharge or anything. You hand her the money, even though it's like it's not a huge amount of coins; it's only a small amount of coins. And she walks over to like basically like a drawer, pulls it out, and it's got like little racks in it to hold like denominations of coins. And you notice as she puts them in, there's almost nothing in the drawer.
Oh.
Oh no.
Business is tough around there? Or sparse?
She looks up at you as you say that, and then sort of like looks at the drawer and sees that you've made the connection and says, "I guess you could say that. Not so much that business isn't good; it's about as good as you would get in any town. It's just that there's certain charges that we have to pay that aren't exactly easy on a small business like ours."
Extortion.
I,
God damn it.
I smell shenanigans.
I think I'm getting what you're hinting at.
Why is this guy? Is this the guy whose alignment is bad? Damn. He's behind this.
I mean, I assume he's part of the gang, so.
If you
Almost.
don't mind me asking, who actually is it like is it the same? Like I assume somebody comes to collect it. Like when would that person show up?
They usually come around once a week. We're not usually due for another connection for maybe another 5 days or so, but
Okay. Well, I guess that's good. That's good that it's far away still.
she sort of grimaces and says, "Yeah, well, we can hope."
Don't worry, you won't be coming back.
Oh,
Not if we can help it.
Yup.
Look, we'll try. Like, well, hopefully times will change for the better. And
After we beat the shit out of that guy.
She
'cause-
she hears your
from the magic shop.
she hears your response and sort of she sighs, and she doesn't really like, it doesn't seem like she thinks anything is going to change.
Aw.
And basically, like, as you guys turn to leave, she says, sorry, just a moment. I take it from your appearance that you guys are travelers, I guess.
yes.
On the road, you haven't seen a Milani woman, have you? Sort of long brown hair, amber skin, probably carrying like a patchwork leather backpack.
Mm,
You haven't.
I can't recall seeing her.
She sort of looks sad and sighs and said, that is unfortunate.
Well, if you want, we can keep an eye out.
If you wouldn't
Anything-
mind. She's she's my business partner, Chathy Winter. She disappeared about a month ago, and I haven't heard from her.
Ah,
We'll definitely come back if we see her.
any idea where she was? Was she heading anywhere? Since you mentioned the backpack.
She sort of leans in and sort of beckons you to come closer.
I well, lean in,
Yeah.
get closer.
We'll get close.
She says, well, the thing was, Chathy, business was not going so great, and she decided that basically the only way to sort of save the business was to take out a loan. As it turns out, the person who loaned her the money turned out to be connected to the Five Talon.
Yes.
And it was hard paying the fees and trying to pay back this loan as well. But shortly before she went missing, Chathy came to me and said that she might have a way to escape the town and without paying off this loan. She asked me if I wanted to come, but I can't. I have a daughter.
Mm.
But I was hoping she'd manage to get away.
Well, I
Yes.
hope for her sake she got away as well.
Do you mind us asking the name of the person that she took the loan from?
I
If you know.
don't know that.
Hmm.
She never mentioned it.
Is there anything you could tell us about, like, the Five Talon gang?
She sort of she sighs to herself and says, "Well, I suppose I've told you as much already. I don't know a huge deal about them. I only know rumors. They're basically a gang that sort of terrorizes the area. As far as I know, they basically do what they want, and the guards can't do anything to stop them. as much as they'd like to, let's just say that people who oppose the Five Talon often either they go missing or their families do.
Like, isn't there like somebody like leading the, or like who's in control of the guard?
Well, they have a guard captain, although he's not really seen much these days, and he reports directly to the mayor. But when it first started, I understand that people raised issues with the mayor, but let's just say the mayor doesn't seem to ever do anything about it.
I feel like I think I have an idea. He might be getting paid off or something. Who knows? Oh, well.
That or he's afraid for his family. It's partly the reason why I'm still here doing what I'm told.
Well, if you have anything helpful you could tell us, that would be great. Because we have been looking into them a tiny bit, but we haven't made much progress.
Well, I'm afraid that's as much as I know, but there is one person who might be able to tell you more. A guy called Kosef Dunwarren. He used to be a woodcutter, but supposedly he lost his arm in an accident whilst he was out working, and supposedly he's met the leader of the Five Talon, though the amount he drinks these days, I don't know how much of it to believe. But you might ask him.
Oh, I guess we'll just have to find out if he actually knows something or it's just rambling. Oh, thanks a lot for that information. I you know what? Oh, and I toss her a gold coin.
Cool. Yeah, she sort of says, "Thank you. Just
It's just for your troubles."
you're very kind."
Can I just say, I'm sorry we can't help anymore. We'll do much more to help, but
I understand.
may Torm protect you.
Please stay safe yourselves. Cool. With that, you leave, and as you leave the general store, two figures approach you, and you recognise them as the figures of your companions.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Hail, companions.
I was getting ready to like
Hey,
fight
guys.
somebody in the street.
Oh,
Hello.
You just like
You
you
found-
feel somebody tap you on your shoulder, and you spin around like ready to sort of like engage in hand-to-hand combat, and V's standing behind you, looking very surprised, like, "Hi."
Oh, Ivy.
Don't hurt the plant child.
Never.
so how? Did you get what you needed?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's just wearing a hat.
I was wondering
I'm just gonna say, nice hat.
Thank you.
Like, how,
Very
You-
fancy.
because you want those herbs to get Lyra back, but how
Yeah.
long does it take? How long is
Uh,
the ritual?
8 hours. 8 hours.
Oh, fucking hell.
So it's not happening anytime soon.
Well, I guess we have to
For
look.
tonight.
Well, tonight maybe, depending on how tonight goes.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
it's-
probably have about 8 hours now. You're not doing anything
What?
else.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
Yeah,
was saying you could do it.
It's
before
still early
tonight.
morning.
Oh well, fuck you
We
guys.
should
I'm
probably
gonna go
find out how
come-
the barkeep feels about pets.
Also, we
Yeah.
have another lead on potential information.
Oh.
So,
Mm.
but I
No.
mean, not all of us necessarily have to go for that.
Just
I mean, I would
just
like
what
to
seems
summon
to be a
Minimr.
drunk now, but or it sounds to be
Well,
a drunk.
thing. I also don't like the idea of Arya going out on her own.
I could take somebody with me.
Saying, Really
Helena,
want
wanna be
someone
my
nearer.
You're-
Takes
friend?
all
You're worried about the woman who spent her entire life on her own, surviving in the wilds, going
Yes.
off on her own into the wilds.
Into the wild.
Yes, because believe it or not, Vondal has made friends. He's the one that's get kidnapped by mobs, by
Well, see-
gangsters.
I feel like the problem isn't the wild bit; it's the traversing the city bit.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I mean, I guess V could come.
This
Could mind meld some more.
is probably gonna go badly.
Mind meld.
Wow.
I can do a little alter self and try it out, and then take a long rest.
Yeah, you could do.
I just
I can
rest
practice
while...
with Arya. Let's do it.
Hey, you could just have a rest while Arya's doing that. That would be nice.
You can practice with me. Practice what?
Practice my male impression.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh yeah, you gotta walk like all tough and shit.
Teach you how to swagger.
Oh my god.
To be fair, if anyone's gonna teach V how to swagger, it's Arya.
This is true.
Or Grim. One of those two.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
Cool. You split
I
up,
think I
search
feel
for
more
clues.
comfortable with me
I
taking.
mean, you say search for clues. Arya's
I mean-
gonna resummon a demigod.
Yeah, you guys are off for clues. We're
Yeah.
just summoning
Like-
a demigod and...
Summoning
Literally,
gods and
you
pretending
guys
to be
walk to the end. Well, Arya and V, you walk to the end of the alley where you can see like this dry stone wall here on the thing that literally just leads out into the plain, and you literally just hop over the dry stone wall and just like walk away from town.
Bye, bitch.
You go and find a nice secluded spot to sit. Thank goodness that you two are the ones doing this, because it's raining, and you're the two people who don't care about the fact that it's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah, messes up my beard.
I mean, I'm excited to see what this ritual actually encompasses. How do summon demigod?
How do
You must draw a pentagram on the floor.
Wow.
That's really,
Then you place each of the herbs in small bowls at the tips of the pentagram.
really uninventive.
10
Then you
cc's of
chant.
mouse blood and dribbly candles.
Yeah.
And then you chant in Sylvan until Wolf appears.
Until wolf.
Oof.
Congratulations, you have summoned a wolf.
Oh, oof.
Because I don't care to roleplay 8 hours of
Summoning.
ritual, we'll do the others first.
Bye.
But we've just done the ritual. That's covered now.
You're done.
Sorted.
Wolf.
We'll come back to it in a bit. But yes, the others. What are you gonna do?
The last time we saw a man with one arm was passed out in tavern floor,
Yep.
and given the comment of given how much he drinks, that's probably where he's going to be now.
It's our best bet.
Well, I assume the barkeep knows about him.
Yeah, at
Almost
the very
certainly.
least.
Yeah, you head back to the bar. Yeah, you arrive back at the oaken cask. Poor Talbor's behind the bar. There's a couple of people in the bar.
Is there a man with one arm sat somewhere?
Give me a perception check.
Hmm.
There is no one-armed man sitting in the bar.
Oh, fuck.
Hmm.
Just kidding. Well, I guess we can ask.
Sean Bean.
Yeah,
Aye.
Sean.
We're not
Sure.
calling him Sean Bean.
I forget his actual name.
Yeah, I don't remember
Talbot.
his actual name.
Whatever the
Bean.
fuck that is.
What Talbot? Sure.
Bor
Sean
Talbor.
Bean is-
Bortalbor.
Wow.
Bortlebor.
Or Talbot.
Portal.
Bortlebor.
Yeah, him. Let's go talk to him.
That guy.
Him.
Because we fucked up his name like 3 times. It's fine.
I assume he's just working behind the bar.
He doesn't look up from cleaning his sort of like the mug that he's cleaning and just goes, "Aye, what is it?"
We were wondering. We're looking for a one-armed.
You know his name.
Look,
Joseph Dunmore.
I may have
One-eyed,
forgotten the
one-armed,
name,
purple
not the name
people.
slightly, but a one-armed ex-lumberjack.
Joseph Dunmore.
He says, "Aye, Kosef, what do you want with him?"
Oh, we want to ask him something.
Well,
I
that's
think
not
he might be able to
so-
help us out.
Boar sort of looks up, studies the bar, and says, "Well, if routine's anything to stand by, he'll be here in about 20 minutes."
Yeah, well, I guess we might as well have a drink whilst we wait. You guys want anything?
Not really.
Just some water. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll just have an ale.
Cool. Boar places 2 tankards on the table, fills one with water, fills one with ale, pushes them over.
Thank you. I
Should
guess
we
we'll
ask
just.
him if he knows anything.
All
Have
right.
we-
I mean,
we haven't asked
I don't
him
think he
before, have we?
technically was asking, given that he
I mean,
said
you can
he was.
ask.
Oh, how expensive are drinks again?
What did I say? 5 copper?
Okay. Good.
Do you ask him anything, or do you just wait for 20 minutes?
I'll just wait. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
Yeah, the bar's pretty empty, so sort of Boar just sort of hangs around and sort of occasionally talks about things like wet outside.
Just a bit.
Mm,
Not too bad though.
I just remembered how we had like how many days of rain did we have back when we were in the forest?
3 or 4, I think.
It just felt
Or
like it
even
was
more than
never
that.
ending.
I think it rained for 2 days.
Oh.
Was it only 2?
Yeah,
So-
because it was a long time, but I think it only rained for 2 days in actual game time. I can't remember. But yes, sure as clockwork. 20 minutes pass. One-eyed man walks in looking hungover as fuck.
For obvious reasons.
Pushes basically like a silver piece across the table to Boar, and Boar basically hands him an ale and says, "Try not to pass out this time."
Jesus.
The human just sort of goes, "Ugh," and basically downs like half the ale in one go to start.
Good start.
Wow.
Well, who wants to approach him?
You have a way with the people, Grim.
Do I?
Kind of, I don't know. I mean, it's probably less intimidating than a fucking dragonborn walking over first.
Yeah, exactly.
How about a bushy dwarf? Sure, I'll go.
Yep.
Although I do need you to remind me of his name again.
Kosef.
Kosef.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Joseph, except for the K.
Now I'm gonna just remember Joseph and never remember Kosef because she's.
Well,
It's fine.
we're almost there.
Kosef.
I'll just sit next to Kosef with my ale, or
Yeah.
like assume he's sitting on the bar.
He's like, yeah, he's sitting on a bar stool, and you have to sort of do your thing where you sort of like put your arms up on the bar stool and pull yourself up.
Oh.
Small
Uh,
Luka.
Yeah, like, other people sit on bar stools. Grim scrambles onto bar stools.
Wow. Look, I can get up there.
Yeah.
I'm an independent dwarf. No,
You're a
no.
gnome.
Yeah, you're a gnome for starters. What I'm
I'm
amused by is that
That
you
is what
all
you're
just
saying.
cooed.
I'm
I'm just
a
amused
confused
that you were all
gnome.
cooing over Grim.
He's tiny.
He's so small.
This is fine.
He's basically a small child with a massive beard and a scar.
Jeez.
And full armor. And a
Okay.
morning star.
And a Morningstar, yeah.
And he's also slightly buff.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A small buff child.
Jeez.
Wow.
We've got
my
buff.
God.
We've got buff child and plant child.
Scarred buff child with a
This is
beard.
my buff child, and this is my plant child.
I like how we have buff dragon waifu and buff child.
Buff dragon mum, buff child, plant child,
Vondal
the
and
brooding
Exfoliator.
teenager, and Vondal.
We have
Chubby
a whole
alcoholic
family.
priest.
Okay.
Anyway,
God.
you sit next to him. He doesn't even acknowledge your presence.
So, Kosef's the name, right? I'll have to take a sip of, or a swig of my ale.
He sort of looks at you and says, well, okay, you know, he looks at you, looks down at his drink, sort of sighs, looks back at you and says, not a stranger come to gawk at the freak show.
Not really. I was actually kind of hoping you could help me out with something. If you're up for it. Just to talk. That's it.
He looks at you curiously and says, not sure what we have to talk about.
Well, the rumor goes around that you may have met certain high rank members within the 5 Talon gang.
He gives you a sidelong look and says, what do you want to know about that for?
We're just curious. Mainly just curious about the gang.
He sort of looks back into his drink and says, I'm not sure curiosity is the right motivation to go poking around in the 5 Talon gang. He turns back to you, sort of shrugs his non-armed shoulder and says, this is where it got me.
Oh,
Yeah, I kind of wondered if that arm thing was because of the.
Yeah.
I won't lie, I kind of had my suspicions, but I didn't want to go there. But, like, this is, like, your arm is kind of, like, things like your arm are kind of the reason I want to look into it. I was like, what's... So, you make yourself useful. Perhaps you feel good about it. If not, I could always just buy you a meal and some ale.
He looks at you and says, buy me around and I'll tell you what I know.
Sure.
Cool.
I'll have one myself as well.
Cool.
Or another one.
Yeah, he finishes the other half of his ale.
Oh,
my
I
God.
also quickly finish mine.
Jesus Lord.
God damn it, guys.
Make me a con save real quick.
Holy
Oh
shit.
god.
Why?
The gnome.
Because you just
Come on,
downed
okay.
the pint, basically.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you're fine.
Good job, Chris.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yay!
Vondal downs a pint. He's fine. Grim.
Look, I spent 20 minutes with that pint before he came in.
I mean, to be
Lightweight.
fair, he has a con of +6, so
Yeah.
like,
Dude can handle his drink.
yeah.
He watches you down the pint without any sort of like any sort of reaction, and he sort of smirks to himself, and he's just sort of like, huh. And then you buy another round.
The buff
Yep.
child can hold his alcohol.
He
It must be
from his
impressive
dad.
seeing like a like fucking he's a gnome. He's pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like tiny.
Like
Like,
the pint glass is basically like almost the size of his head.
Wow.
You have to bear in mind, like, yeah, he's only like a foot shorter than Vondal, but he's not
So-
exactly anywhere near as wide as
Yeah.
Vondal.
Yeah, he's like
I'm
a
40 pounds.
Oh my god.
40 pounds at
Well,
3
you
foot.
have the
I'm like-
advantage of a gnomish metabolism, which means you just burn through everything super quickly.
Yeah.
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 Meanwhile, I'm 160 pounds.
I would just like
only
it to
a
be
foot
known
taller.
that I can bench press Grim in real life.
Wow.
So there you go.
Can you bench press Grim in
I-
his?
Probably not in his armor. I don't know
No,
how
his
how
armor
much
is quite
is.
heavy.
Oh, 35. So,
Anyway,
I might be able to do it. Anyway,
oh
this
well.
is irrelevant.
anyway.
Moving on.
Grim is not real.
Moving on from Luka bench pressing gnomes.
yeah. So you buy another round. Boar sort of brings the pints over, looks at you, Grim, and says, "Don't encourage him."
Don't worry. I won't.
As you buy him a beer.
Look, I'll just buy him some food afterwards so he can like actually like drink with a full stomach. That helps.
So yeah, he begins to tell you the story. I'm not gonna try and do it as him because it will take forever.
Yep.
But he basically tells you a story about how he used to be employed by one of the companies that works out of the town, and he would basically be employed to go out into the nearby forest, which is from the way you saw it. It was like maybe a good 20 minutes walk away or something like that. And he'd be paid to go out, mark up trees, cut them down, and then basically bring them back with the aid of a horse. And he'd been doing this for a couple of years, when one day he was out in the forest working by himself because the partner that he usually worked with was off sick, and all he needed to do was basically go around and mark trees, so he didn't need any help. So he went out by himself. When he basically overheard a conversation between two individuals in a language that he couldn't understand. Out of curiosity, he went up to investigate. And that's when he claims he saw two hooded figures who were holding a conversation. He stealthily approached to try and see who these hooded figures were. When the tallest hooded figure, who he reckons must have been about 7 feet tall or more, paused in the middle of his sentence, and even though he couldn't, he swears he couldn't be seen or heard. He told his companion to stop talking, turned around, and in the moment that he turned around, Kosef basically swears that he saw a monstrous, basically like 7 foot tall man covered in much like a dragonborn, but far more fearsome, covered in scales, and these scales were basically the scales were white, almost like fresh fallen snow. He describes them, and he had piercing bright blue eyes, and he fixed Kosef with a stare, and basically in common said, "You should not have come here." Kosef turned to run, and he claims he heard the man breathe in and then exhale, and all he felt was a massive surge of cold and basically take his right arm, and he basically collapsed. He awoke several hours later with sort of like severe frostbite in his arm, and he was about to begin to pass out again when he basically took his axe and like cut the frostbitten limb off, basically like just below the shoulder, got on his horse and rode back to town. And when he told everybody the story, everyone believed that like he had a reputation for enjoying his drink. They assumed that he'd had some sort of accident out in the forest, like felled a tree on himself and injured himself, and had made up this story. So yeah, basically he was disgraced. He was like fired from his job because what use is a lumberjack with no dominant arm? And ever since, he's basically been drinking away his life savings.
Well,
And
it
that's
is
his
quite,
story.
It's like chopping your own arm off. That takes some willpower.
It was that or die.
True. Well, to be honest, I believe there might be more truth to that story than a lot of other people believe. Because don't just chop your arm off for fun. And it's not. It's
Well,
it's not really,
people assume that like he like felled a tree on himself and like
yeah, it's like by mistake.
and like had to cut his arm off to get away, or that his arm was like destroyed in the accident. But no, like when you tell him, you sort of believe him. He smiles wryly and says, "Well, this not that it does me much good, but it's appreciated."
Yeah, well, I think you've helped me more than you might realize. And then I call over the bartender and be like, and hand him 5 silver, and like if he gives you any trouble, just give him some food, and I think I'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah. Or sort of like he looks at you quizzically for a second, gives you back 2 of the silver, and says, "That's very kind of you."
Oh, I actually get back to.
Yeah, he gives you 2 of it back because obviously
Nice.
his food is not quite as expensive as the food you had the other day.
Yeah, well, that's him missing out.
Could
He's
have been
an
a problem.
honest man, Grim. Shush your face.
He's not lawful neutral. He's true neutral. He won't take the money just because you give it to him.
Okay. Well, thank you too. And thanks for sharing, Joseph. I've got to head off now. And I'll head back to
Cool.
Vondal and Kelariis.
Yeah, he sort of nods and raises his mug to you, and you leave.
I also raise my mug and nod.
Is that quota met? I think that's quota met.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
We have to-
yeah.
No,
Mug
we have
nod.
to do 2
Yeah.
sessions
Mug
to make
nod.
up for
Mug.
last session's
Yeah, we
lack
have to
of
make up
promenades.
for yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you'll have to
we
squeeze
want
another
one
one
more.
in at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need
Just
an
everyone be on the lookout
in-house.
for a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Cool.
We need an in-house nod.
Oh fuck! I missed one last night with Vondal.
No!
God damn it!
We had a great opportunity. Oh well.
R.I.P.
There
Well,
might still be an opportunity yet. Who knows?
hmm,
This session's been quiet.
Yeah,
Too
but I worry we're gonna
quiet.
get into fighting stuff later.
And then we won't have time for bro nods.
no, there's always time for bro nods.
Yeah. How dare you? Blasphemy!
I'm so
There's
sorry.
always time for a bro nod. How dare you?
Oh, good.
Cool. Now, so you go back to your companions and you tell them the tale.
Any concept of what he could have been referring to? Like, asshole.
Roll me history or nature.
History's higher.
All of
Doesn't
us?
fucking matter, because I always roll shit.
Yeah,
on
all
those.
of you can do it.
History or nature?
Oh, nice.
Oh, they're both the same for me. Well, nature, I guess.
Cool. Grim,
Yeah.
do you remember a fable that your dad likes to tell about how back in the First Age there was a time right back at the beginning of the First Age where dragons liked to sort of like walk the earth as mortals, and occasionally they chose human companions as sort of like consorts or wives or whatever you want to call them. And that from the union of these offspring there were powerful creatures called half dragons. And they took many forms, like they could be humanoid, they could be bestial, they could be anything. But they were basically mortal creatures imbued with the strength of dragons. You'd always assumed up to this point that this is just a fantasy story that your dad likes to tell travelers. But the way it was described to you, it seems like it ticks all of the boxes that you've heard about half dragons.
It would make sense, like, given the fact that, like, he noticed, like, instantly.
Yeah,
when,
the sensing, like, people around them is a half dragon trait, and Kelariis, you know, like, as he sort of tells you the story, like, Dragonborn have very good senses, but not that good. You've heard about half dragons. You've never like really like paid much attention to the sort of mythology surrounding half dragons, because generally, like, unless they were a metallic half dragon, which are quite rare, they're obviously just things to be stamped out.
Well,
this one didn't get stamped out, that's for sure.
well, it should
And
be.
the suggestion that he is white troubles you.
Yeah.
That is not a metallic. That is a chromatic.
No, that is not. Yeah. Oh, good times.
It's enough to give you quite the chill.
Cap, get
oh
out.
my god.
Leave.
Cap, get out.
I'm gonna smack you through the internet.
We should start keeping tally of how many
Yeah.
times you said that. 'Cause it's a lot at this point.
As it settles into you, the idea of a half-white dragon, you, for the first time, voluntarily tighten your grip on your sword.
Oh,
Well, that is somebody we definitely need to find and take care of.
Without a doubt.
yeah, well, that would explain this. Would explain some stuff. Because who's gonna mess with a half dragon, right? Right?
Well, I mean,
Look, besides us, of course. And we're crazy for doing so.
Grim just says, who'd mess with a half-dragon? Kelariis just puts a hand up.
right here. This person.
Oh wait, it wasn't actually a question. Sorry.
Good.
Perfect. Well, I guess we wait for Arya and V to come back at this point and tell them.
When we're done meditating, resting,
Yeah,
doing
there's
shit.
still like another like 7.5 hours for you guys to burn.
Fucking rip, holy shit.
I guess
do
we can.
Go on.
I guess. Oh, I guess I could. At least an hour of that time I could spend getting attuned to my Roach.
Roach.
Oh, I thought you did it last night.
Oh, I thought we were. Never mind. I could do it last night. I can do it.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, you
during
attuned.
the
Whatever.
7 hour.
You were too busy last night, and you spend sort of like an hour attuning to it. You sort of sit there attuning to it, and while you're attuning to it, you're sort of going over how to pronounce the words, and then Kelariis is just sort of like, I could teach you some more Draconic, and she tries to teach you rude words in Draconic.
Wow.
That's the first thing.
Adding
everyone
rude
does.
words to my vocabulary.
I mean, it's always nice to have multiple ways to swear, right?
Yeah.
That's a quote.
I'm sorry, if you want impressive ways to swear, Teach you some fucking Orcish curse words.
Well, I know what Jayla wants from our next Dutch lesson.
Naughty words.
There aren't really any good Dutch words
No,
anyway.
I know.
We borrow them all from other languages.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, just teach the other language swear words. It still works.
She
English.
teaches you an amusing draconic swear, which is essentially translates to describing your ancestors as a form of flightless pigeon.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That is interesting. So,
Look.
guys, I was thinking, should we have a look what's up with the guard, or do you guys want to wait? Like
I mean,
Hmm.
we have plenty of time, don't we?
You got 7
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why not?
I think we know what's wrong with the guard. It's that they're not getting orders.
Well,
Yeah,
shall we go
okay.
straight to the source?
I feel like that's something that we can't deal with yet.
Hmm.
now that you mention it, we might get in trouble for
Exactly.
fishing
Yeah.
around near the guard.
It might draw attention.
Yeah.
One thing we should do is we should
Just
get a
before
book
we go into an underground fight, that might not be the best idea.
The best thing to do probably was to have a better look around the town. So I'm assuming
Right.
we still haven't seen all of the town. There's still probably
Right.
bits we haven't been in.
Yeah,
Vondal.
you could go
Nope.
go around and do some touristy bits.
Yeah.
Because it's probably a good idea to know what's where.
Yeah, just getting familiar with the place. Who knows, you might actually find something.
Who knows? We'll have to keep an ear out and an eye out.
And Vondal, have you considered or reconsidered coming along for the fights,
Not
just as a
happening.
spectator,
Not
just
happening.
to keep B safe, just in case?
Why wouldn't V be safe?
I don't
She's
know.
with you three, isn't she?
Well,
well,
we will
2 of you.
probably be split off.
That's all true. Well, maybe. I don't know.
But we
Like,
don't know what's the only problem.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
you don't
spectate, we're
know
gonna
that for
fight.
sure.
That's why I said probably. So, and we're gonna fight. Although I guess we
Why-
could just be in the crowd.
Why on earth would you really be split up?
Well, I was just asking to see if you might reconsider, but obviously you haven't changed your mind.
No, I have not.
Okay.
Well, shall we walk around then? Walk around.
Have a look.
Look around.
Scouting mission.
Cool.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah, I'll say for brevity, you just sort of you wander around town. Everybody, give me perception checks.
Oh shit.
Oh man, there's natural 20s this session. Holy shit.
They're
Fucking
just
I need
coming
to
in
fight
strong.
her.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Fuck.
Oh dear.
I
What
just
earth
dropped
is that?
something. I'm sorry.
Kelariis and Vondal, you notice that, like, as you wander around town, every now and again you you catch sight of, not people sort of openly wearing the 5-talent insignia, but occasionally you'll notice that, like, somebody in an interaction with somebody else will produce like an emblem from their pocket and show it, and when they show it, they always seem to sort of get their way. Like, you see some people haggling at a market stall, and then somebody produces a 5-talent emblem and basically gets their end of the bargain, no questions asked, all of a sudden. Kelariis, you notice actually as well that in one of these interactions, basically guards basically sort of approach a man who, like, basically in a side alley seems to sort of be they sort of they have this man is sort of like leaning up against the wall, and he's preventing like another man from sort of leaving the alley. And like it seems like at first that sort of like it may be sort of an extortion of money. And you see a pair of guards walk up to them. They seem to ask a couple of questions, and then the man who is leaning up against the wall, intimidating the other one, pulls out a 5-talent emblem, and the guards sort of, almost reluctantly, just sort of back off and go back to their patrol route. But they cast like glares over their shoulder as they do so, and sort of seem to mutter to themselves about the whole interaction.
I am going to do something really, really stupid.
Here we go.
First, can I walk into the alleyway?
Yes, you can. Do you do this with the rest of your party members observing it, or do you do it without them observing you?
I mean...
Well, I feel like we would notice.
They might hear me make this really
The two of you have
angry noise.
not noticed that this interaction has happened. Kelariis is the only person who's noticed the interaction. So
Yeah,
if
I
she...
meant more as in when she starts walking towards it.
Well, she could quite easily drop out of step of the two of you and walk over without you noticing, or
Yeah.
try to, at least.
She probably gives, like, you know, like that
There
little
she could walk
angry
past.
rumble.
She could walk past it, just stop walking, and then just.
Okay,
There we
Kelariis walks off without talking to either of you.
Okay. Well, let's...
Well,
Clarice, where are you going?
Something needs to be taken care of. Well, I don't know how far away I am if I even hear him say that, but
Yeah, they're not that
Okay.
far behind you.
sweet.
well, I guess we'll just have to back her up. Not quite sure it was what yet, but I guess we'll just.
Clarice, this has bad idea written all over it.
I'm not letting this happen. And I keep walking. I'm sorry, Vondal, but
Clarice, we can't blow our cover now.
I keep going.
Cool.
Clarice,
Oh.
if you're planning to be going in amongst them, is it really a good idea to piss them off?
Oh no, we can't stop her. All we can do is just block the alleyway, try and make people not notice.
I'm not letting her get herself in trouble. Clarice, this is stupid, especially if you're planning to literally go in amongst them.
You have about 6 seconds before she reaches him.
Can I just grab hold of her arm
Sure.
to try and physically stop her? It's probably not going to work.
Make
but
me
at this point, I'm
opposed
gonna try.
strength checks.
Oh, God. well,
Oh,
here's
no.
my way. I hope I don't roll shit.
I wonder how this is gonna
Assuming Kelariis is resisting.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Ah,
Not even
so
close.
close. It's kind of
go. It was
close.
pretty close.
It's
We
pretty
both
close.
rolled the same number.
Yeah. It's just
Oh, yeah, true, you
We
did.
did.
Yeah, we both rolled a 10.
Yeah,
They're
Vondal,
wrong.
you grab Kelariis' arm, but she just like snatches it out of your grasp. And you arrive in the alley behind the man.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's be casual first. So what's going on here?
The man looks up, turns around, and says, "None of your business."
Can I see the person that he's trying to mess with at all?
Yeah, it's just like a shorter man who's sort of wearing not quite like a waistcoat, but like a short jacket, over like basically not exactly lower class. He's wearing sort of like middle class clothing.
Hmm.
If only I were here so I could just sleep the fucker.
Well,
Might sleep the other guy first.
yeah, also true, but well, I don't think that you should be here either.
He turns to you and says, "I don't think you quite understand, stranger." And he produces the emblem from his tunic again and says, "You don't. You may not be from around here, but you don't want to mess with us."
I just fix him with a stare.
Okay. What's the intention of this stare? Just to sort of. Are you being intimidating or?
Yeah.
Give me an intimidate.
Oh boy. Let's see. It could have been worse.
Wow. Okay.
Vondal is not happy.
He returns the stare with a grin. He rolled a nat 20 on his save.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, well,
Ah.
that's fine. Look. I don't think that you want trouble any more than this person here does. So how about we all just walk away from this? And I'll pretend I didn't see you here.
He not so subtly produces a dagger from inside of his vest and says, "How about you walk away and I don't leave you in this alley?"
I think you severely underestimate me.
And I think you underestimate me. I'm going to count to 5.
I am. Wait. I will throw a dart to this and try and disarm him.
Shit, that's badass.
Sure, okay, cool, do it.
Disarming strike.
Do
I
it!
guess.
Well, I need to hit first.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
God.
And he makes a
Holy
strength saving
shit.
throw, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Holy
What?
shit.
fine.
No, look, it doesn't change the saving throw.
Cool, yeah, roll me the damage of the dart for now.
So it's 6.
Cool. Yeah, you throw the dart, which kind of like goes through like the middle of his hand and like knocks the dagger out of his hand. And he just sort of goes, "Ah!" And then turns around to see that you're sort of standing behind him. And he says, "You're going to regret that," and goes to pull a
I go for
short
him
sword.
to restrain him. Nope. Okay,
Yeah,
just kidding.
you can react before he pulls the weapon.
Yeah, I basically go for it to restrain him.
Okay, cool. That's a grapple, I guess. So let me bring something up because I always forget this.
Out of character, guys. I'm real sorry.
God,
Oh my
that's
god,
fine.
this is going so bad.
It's fine. It's in character.
We
I'm
leave
just
you
happy I
alone
managed
for
to
like 2
disarm him.
seconds.
Dude, no, that's fucking badass.
Just because interaction that's going negatively as far as the characters are concerned doesn't mean I don't.
Yeah,
I'm like hating you as
make
well.
me athletics check.
Okay.
Oh wow,
Nice.
yeah, okay.
Get fucked.
Yeah, you grab his arm and sort of like pin him to the wall.
I look at the guy that he was courting and just say, "Get out of here now."
He runs away without a second thought.
Okay. Sweet.
Same.
Should I knock this guy out, or should I just like? I can't just let him go.
Can't murderize him.
I mean, I could, but
Kelariis definitely could.
I could.
I mean,
If-
she could. But
If you think it's justice,
Did the guy that he was trying to intimidate, like, did he look like he was hurt at all, or just was he?
no, he was
Pulling
like
him.
he was shaking him down for money, as far as you could tell.
God, I want to just kill him so bad.
Ugh.
Oh God, I want to kill
What
him
does
so
Kelariis think
bad.
is justice?
Yeah, she's gonna do it. Can she
Oh
do
my
it?
god.
I'm sorry. But she would do it.
What are you doing?
Oh, fuck.
What is the... God, what is the, like, the least attention-drawing way to, like, just kill him?
Stab
What
I
his
don't
neck.
want
what
to
have
make...
you
I don't
got?
want to make him suffer. Huh?
What have you got?
I mean, I've got the sword, I've got my strength.
Just stab his neck. That's like the quickest and...
Yeah, but if you use your sword, you reconnect.
I don't
Don't you?
reattune.
No, you
to
have
it,
to
no.
attune.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just...
She
I
wouldn't get
literally
any
use
of the
it.
magic bonuses. You could use it as a normal longsword.
Yeah, I mean...
You could also
that's-
choke him out.
I feel like that would draw more...
I mean, he's not gonna
Not
scream
if
if you
squeeze
choke him out.
enough.
Yeah,
Oh my
he kind of
God.
can't scream because he's
I
not
don't-
able to breathe.
I don't want him to suffer though. Like I don't want him to suffer as like him. I just want to kill him. You feel me? I feel like choking him to death is kind of a bit
Snap
much.
his
Look, if I
neck.
whilst you, if I do, I notice that you're trying to kill him now.
No, because this is basically as part of Kelariis' grappling him to the wall action.
Okay.
I'm
'Cause
done.
when the killing happens, there's something I want to do, or when like the killing starts happening.
Oh my god.
Well, well, I don't really
Snap
want to
his
walk
neck.
around with blood, so yeah, snapping his neck is probably the best course of action.
Cool. Yeah, you pin him to the wall, and with your free hand, you can you basically like grab around his jaw and prepare to sort of like try and snap his neck like you did to the guy previously.
Yeah.
Grim, is your reaction sort of a thing that like as soon as you see her
Just a
grab and go for
verbal.
the thing, it's just a verbal thing?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Stop. Think about what you're doing. It's like we don't have to kill him.
Roll me a
If we don't
persuade.
kill him,
Persuasion. Oh.
Okay. In character, is this something you're 100% committed to, Kelariis?
like 90%. Does that
Because
make sense?
this isn't going to stop you from doing it, but it is going to mean there is a beat where you stop killing him, there's a
Yes.
chance he would react.
Mm,
Would Kelariis take that moment? Would Grim's persuasion affect that?
Wasn't a great one, to be honest.
Don't think of it as a dice roll. Think of it as a thing that is potentially making you question it. Like the dice roll just represents the conviction that Grim said it with.
Is all he said just stop and think?
Yes.
That's all he said to her. Fuck. Yeah, she'd probably pause for just 1 second.
Okay. Make me another athletics contested.
Yeah, regrets. Fuck me.
Okay.
Oh.
He elbows you
Whatever.
in the gut and breaks your grapple. And he begins to run.
Wait, to
Grim,
where?
you are between him and his way out.
Oh.
I am going to do my best to stop him.
Okay.
How
do you stop him?
Oh, actually.
Yeah, like I'm gonna just physically block him, but I don't know what.
You're small.
So
Like
small.
I can't stop him, but it's just the case of what do I need to roll anything?
Well, I'm gonna say like you can't like block him conventionally. Like you can't sort of just get in his way because he'll just jump over you.
Jesus Christ.
Like
Can I grab his leg?
you'll slow him down. Sorry. Yeah, yes, you can attempt to grapple him, and that will stop him.
Okay, well I guess I'll attempt to grapple him.
Yeah, that's a
I'll
contested.
as he jumps over, I'll attempt to grab his leg.
Yeah, contested grapple. So athletics.
Go, Grim, you can do it, bro.
Grim, I believe in you.
Oh, yeah!
Oh wow. Okay. I tell you now, he got 19.
So close.
So like yeah, literally he jumps over you, Grim, but you grab his ankle with one
Oh,
hand and
shit.
just pull, and like he goes like horizontal in the air for a
Stabilize.
second and just like hits the ground hard.
And I want to knock. If I can, I want to knock him unconscious.
Okay, make me regular melee attack.
Just. Oh, this is
Make
This is-
it with any weapon that you have.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, so I'll roll something. Oh wow, yeah, okay. No, you basically slam him to the ground, and then you like as he sort of tries to scramble to his feet, you basically grab like his hair and then just punch him in the temple.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's out. Kelariis, you're
I
like
see.
you sort of stand up from like him like punching you in the gut, and you're just sort of like you had a moment of weakness that you weren't expecting him to get away from you, and then Grim has just sort of dealt with him. He is now unconscious on the ground.
I feel like non-lethal is good enough for now.
He's
And-
going to go back and tell them who we are. And yeah, I know I stepped in, but we can't just let him leave.
It is kind of a dilemma. Oh, that's I guess. What else is there in this like little alley? Is there like is there like any like cellar access or anything to any?
Yes. Yeah, you see that like there's basically like maybe like 2 or 3 barrels stacked up next to what looks like basically like a street level loading for a basement.
Street level loading.
Yeah, like if
Okay.
you've ever seen outside of pubs, they have those big double doors that open up into the pavement that leads directly into the cellar, so that when people bring like loads of beer to load into the tavern, they just throw them down the hole so they go into the basement rather than having to take them through the pub.
Okay. Let's take him down into like that thing right there into a cellar if we can. Like, is that open?
It is locked from the outside. There is like a rudimentary padlock.
Kelariis, do you still have that like crowbar on you? Do you think you could like kind of give it a hand opening up?
I'd rather not be breaking into people's cellars, and I don't think that keeping him down there, he's
Look.
gonna get out, isn't he?
What I'm thinking is, now that we have him unconscious, we might as well question him if we can get him to wake up in time. Didn't you say?
I think that I should have
And,
just
like-
dealt with him.
What?
I think that I should have just dealt with him, and I can still do it now. You guys can both walk away and not have anything to do with it.
Oh yeah, Vondal, I should probably point out, like, you heard this kerfuffle behind you, and now there is an unconscious dude, and you are aware of the fact that this is going on.
Okay. Pretend not to notice.
Like on one hand, like he would be a wealth of information. Just even though he wouldn't know that much, probably he would know the basics as to how they operate. Because everything we have now is kind of like secondhand information, I would say. Like we have a story. Well, I guess we do know directly about like the fights and the count house, but that isn't really gonna help us much. if we could like question this guy, we might actually get something. Look, I will leave you. If I let you decide his fate after we've done the questioning, will you agree to question him?
Fine. But he can't leave here because he can't take that he can't take information of us back to them.
I'm very well aware that this is what the most likely course of action is going to be for you, but who knows? You might be convinced otherwise.
I'm not breaking anybody's cellar though, so I hand him the crowbar.
Well,
Can I just
I'm
mention
not breaking into somebody's
Look.
Can I just mention how Kelariis is just like, oh yeah, I'll just slap someone's neck, I'll just kill this guy, no worries. But breaking into someone's house is too much.
No.
Yes,
Here's
but
the
that's
thing.
illegal.
Yeah, breaking into an
Someone
innocent.
someone!
May I just point out, it's breaking into an innocent person.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the
Yeah.
defining
What,
factor.
compared to breaking the neck of someone who is a criminal.
Look,
Yes.
the way
So
I
dumb.
the way
You're
I see
dumb.
it, the way I see it is we're helping this city or village or I forget what it's called, town. And if we temporarily have to borrow someone's basement to do it, it's not like we're gonna steal stuff. It's not like we're gonna we're gonna perhaps break the lock.
I'm still not doing it.
I'll
hand
do
Grim
it.
crowbar.
Man, if
I'll hand
V was
Grim the
here right now, she would tell you all off like so hard and summon bees probably.
God, bees in the middle of the town. Holy shit!
Yeah, no, fuck it. Fuck it. Grim, you're not breaking into someone's basement.
Look, where do you want to keep him?
Anywhere other than on someone else's property without their knowledge.
Vondal wants to hand them over to the guard.
Pretty much.
Well, look.
We cannot
Would he though? Because he knows they don't
go.
operate according to the law.
Yeah, probably not.
So
No,
they,
you would, because you're obliged to
yeah.
follow the law.
Yeah.
However, like, would he even do it if he knew that would cause the law to be not upheld?
Yes, because anything else would be illegal.
Well,
You know what?
the reason I wanted to go into the basement is because then we don't have to somehow carry this unconscious body around. Is one of the barrels empty?
Oh my fucking
I was
God.
hoping you were about to ask that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes.
say.
Holy
As soon as
shit.
you mentioned barrels, I was like, just put them in the fucking barrel.
Okay. Well, I think you all know where this is going. Look, we'll bring the barrel back. Don't worry, Vondal.
To where? Where are we
Daemaris.
taking him?
Okay, no, like, I don't know where we're taking the guy yet, but we're bringing back the barrel. So
You
don't
stuff
worry
the
about it.
unconscious criminal into the barrel.
This
Oh my
no.
God.
Grim. No.
I was just going to kill this guy. Holy shit.
Okay, look.
To be honest, at this point, I think I'd prefer that.
Wow.
Look, you guys walk away.
This is what happens when you put the entire fucking spectrum of good in an argument.
In a small
Holy shit.
alleyway with an unconscious man, and all of them want to do different things with him.
Look.
Arya and V are somewhere else right now, and just like the entire sanity and
Yeah.
common sense of the group has
Yeah.
just gone.
No, it's just that the common sense is having to argue with people. It's just that the moral compass
V's just
is now
transformed
finally
into a
complete.
man, Arya's trying to work, and V's just sort of like, hello my baby, hello my honey.
Look.
Do you mind, V? I'm trying to work.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm trying to concentrate. Sorry.
Both of you can walk
You
away
start
right.
practicing your voice, asking the birds if it sounds like a man.
Look, Kelariis, you promised to help me if you got to decide his fate. So, we just have to find a place where you can guarantee some
But we're
peace and quiet for a while.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The question is, do you want to carry the barrel, or do I have to roll the barrel? Because I feel like...
I
Let me
hate
get through
this
story.
party.
I feel.
No, fuck it. No, fuck it. Grim, I'm sorry, but we cannot afford to be taking a barrel through the streets. And I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna actually snap his neck this time. And I'm going to fucking do it this time.
Okay.
Do I have to roll anything or like...
I mean, yeah, like he's like the dude's unconscious in a fucking barrel. Like if you want to coup de grace him, you can fucking coup de grace him. Like there's nothing he can do.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I cover the barrel.
Unless
like,
one of you
whatever.
physically interferes, like there is a wet snapping sound.
Oh, God.
Well,
Let's go. I'm sorry, Grim, but taking a barrel through the streets is a bit much.
okay,
I'm
I'll admit it was a
fucking
bit
killing
risky.
the guy. Okay. Done. I'm
What's
done
that
for you,
mean? I
Colin.
can't hear you over in the fucking woods.
We're done here. Let's go.
We can't just leave
Jesus
now.
Christ.
No, we can. We have to.
Look,
Oh yeah, leave a body in the streets.
No,
It's in a barrel.
God.
Leave
Just
a
put the
body in a
lid back
barrel.
on, no one will notice.
Because they'll fucking notice.
no, why would
What?
they? Look,
No, we're. Oh my fucking god.
okay, like what we do is like there are three barrels. We'll just put it as one of the bottom barrels, and
Holy
I'll quickly check for gold.
No,
What?
you won't, Grim. No,
Oh,
you fucking
look,
won't.
I will.
Holy
Look.
shit.
They've
You try and
stolen all
search his pockets. I'm actually punching you in the face.
Oh my god.
I will try and search,
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Give me a sleight of hand.
and I'm not gonna just search for gold. I'm just gonna search for clues as well.
Okay.
'Cause
You, without Vondal noticing, you pat him down. You find basically like 9 gold. You find a 5 talon insignia, a short sword, and that's basically it.
I was hoping for some kind of note. or
Oh, and you get your
anything.
war dart back.
Oh yeah, good. Well, I guess I'll take the insignia as well. Because if he doesn't have that,
You have another
they-
insignia.
like, if he doesn't have it, then
Another one.
they might
don't
not
see
take
this
it that
happen.
severely. Okay, well I guess we'll just stash him away in the barrel.
Grim makes busy putting him away in the barrel and putting the lid on, whilst surreptitiously searching
It's
his
like
pockets.
his arm really doesn't want to go in.
Can't, we can't just leave it here.
We have
Someone will notice.
Miraculously, through this entire shitfest, nobody notices.
Wow. Okay.
I've literally rolled to see if you guys got spotted 3 times and nobody has spotted you.
Fantastic.
I
Let's
kind
go.
of figured what that was what those rules were for, but I was like, once he got in the barrel, it wouldn't be too bad.
Holy shit.
Are you sure there's a dead body in a barrel? Try explaining that one.
Yeah, like you have to look in the barrel first.
Oh my god. Okay, let's just fucking go.
Okay. Well,
If we ever have to look back in the future, at a point in the campaign where this just evolved into rampant murder hobo, this is it.
Look! Look!
The murder hobo has begun.
Meanwhile, I would like you to know that Helena and I have been messaging each other this whole time. Just
On
scream.
Skype, just like screaming at each other, just like, why the fuck are we like this?
Oh god.
This is when you get 3 people
This
who are very
is you
strong
guys
against-
putting a magnet to the bottom of the moral compass.
Yeah. It's just spinning out of control. Doesn't know what the fuck it's doing.
Oh dear, oh dear. Right. With that, we're gonna take a short break because I need a drink.
I need a drink.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
We'll be right back.